block and read, so.
Yeah.
Well, see, we don't have a chair in this room, and see, I've said that several times, so today we kind of got like a little makeshift thing going on at the end of the bed, and we're sitting on the bed. So, I don't know what your point was about that. Yes, Wendy, but it's no, I'm not. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Thank you, everybody who is double tapping the screen. If you keep double tapping that screen, it would help this live get out there more. And yeah, I've done learned my lesson. I'm not saying a word. They can. It's just. They really do. I see that. Shelby got that. And Shelby working overtime. Shelby, there's other mods coming, I swear. They're just having to get freed up. But you're doing an amazing job. Well, see, that's the problem. Is people think they know your life off of what other people say about you. And they don't care to come in and find anything else out about you. You know, they just automatically see something, hear somebody say something, and that's exactly what it is. It's nothing else but that. And they take words of people who don't know us, who only know us from seeing us on here. They haven't taken the time to get to know us, but they make that judgment. I have called them, some of them, and some of them actually call themselves a cult. I think that's just crazy in its own. Because that's how they act. And even if you dig into them, even if you come back and you're like, bam, this, and you know it, and you've got the evidence there to show it, you're still wrong. Like, let's just, I know this is a little off topic and everything, but Guardians of Valor. I know everybody's heard of him on here now by now. I said from the get-go, that man was a lying piece of crap. I sent stuff to some of the awareness people that was with him, showing them. And because he was trying to expose us as being liars and scammers and just low-down pieces of crap, he was a good person. But now, 6-7 months later of his name being out there pretty good, now he's being exposed for being a scammer and stealing valor, and he's not who he said he was. Hey, Bobo, good to see you. Or Boo-Boo. Is it Boo-Boo or Bobo? And we go through this every time I say that name pop up. So it's like, as long as they're doing what as long as it's what was I about to say? I read that comment and got completely sidetracked. We have the room for the night. That's what we're needing help with. Is we're trying to raise as much as we can to keep the room for as many days as we can.
We definitely do not want to be in the car on Christmas.
Yeah. We've got it tonight. So we're trying to. Yeah, we've been in a hotel for a little bit now. And we have slept in the car. Will you go fill that back up? Mm-hmm. We have slept in the car a lot. But we've been blessed to be able to keep the hotel room that we're in. And it's just this week I can't pay it. I just... She's refilling my water bottle. I'll get crap over because it's a Fiji water bottle that I got
Did I leave the top in there?
You did.
Yeah.
Last time I took it, I had that smart water bottle that I bought and used until the bottle was just...
Yeah.
It was, somebody was like, oh, when I was struggling, I never drunk bottled water. I never drunk water out of a bottle, and I'm just like, it's about one bottle of water and refill it every time. For what? I'm not on their Wi-Fi. You can.
What?
Rumors has it people are emailing the corporate office and show like this place has a corporate office. Some mom and pop hotel.
They do not have a corporate office for this.
The person who owns it lives here. Corporate office. Yeah. Rumor has it. Hey, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
Shelby, there's some backup. Carrie Shelby has been the solo mod until you got here. And she is earning her mod badge. I don't know what I didn't want to say after. She's earning her keep. I don't know. Because it's been one of them goes. 124 people in here. Hey, Mama of Two, how are you? I wish at this point Christmas would just get over with. Be done with. Well, thank you, Larry. So, I'll take that as a compliment. I mean, I wouldn't date you either. But, hey. I mean, I'll take the compliment. I'm not gay either, and I wouldn't date him either, but, you know, it's all right for a man to compliment another man on his looks. life is just beginning. We'll be praying that you have a good day door dashing. Yes, Angela is my wife. TBM says, I can't even get a text back. Do you want to be shown?
I'm red faced right now. Where I cleaned my face really good earlier. Now I'm all red faced. I hadn't put no makeup on yet.
You know, everybody keeps. This is the first time I've ever had my beard this big and realized that it was as white as it was going to be. And I actually did look into playing Santa. And our local mall usually does it, needs one, but they're under construction.
Yeah, our mall here's pitiful now. Pitiful.
And they didn't do Santa this year. And the other ones was, I'll let the mods, they've been doing good. The other ones, you had to have your own suit. But man, that paid good. So I think next year I'm going to look into getting a Santa suit at some point and doing Santa Claus somewhere. Friendship pays your uncle like $200 a night to do Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Hey Jesse, how are you doing?
Hey.
Now we got a gang of mods in here. So if I had my own Santa suit, I could have invited a couple of Santa gigs. Like I said, this is as big as my beard's ever gotten. And I didn't realize I was going to be able to pull the Santa Claus look off as well. Hey, Jules. We are stressed to the max. My emotions are running all over the board. I can't even, you know. Okay, Jesse, we're going to be on a lot today. Camping Girl, yeah, the miracle did kind of happen with the meds. They took her off of the meds, and well.
So they took me off of the meds, and I'm sleeping good at night, and I'm not jerking a lot like I was. Now I had a little episode this morning, but I mean that's gonna happen because of my epilepsy anyway. But as far as like doing a lot of jerking and some of the stuff I was doing at night, I'm not doing anymore. And now, whenever I wake up during the day, I'm like ready to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're not napping.
I'm not napping a lot.
Not falling asleep in the middle of text.
Right. Like, yeah, like now when I get up, I'm back to doing my morning routine things like I've done forever, you know, and so I feel like myself.
So, yeah, we definitely caught a little miracle on those with her being taken off of. Hey, Wingo. She says, hey. It's hard to read through that, but it's better than sitting here just holding the phone the whole time. All right, Bean. Are you wanting camera time? Look at the camera. Say hello. Hello, everybody.
I was just hanging around right now trying to get this room taken care of so we're not in our car at Christmas.
I think Amy got there at the last of the story.
Oh.
Yeah, Amy, they took her off the meds that she was on. Actually, you got to go back in a couple weeks after the first of the year. They'll go put her on something else, but these meds had to get out of her system. But
and y'all, I still can't drink a Coca-Cola without it tasting like metallic. But it said that I was told that it could take, like some people, it could take up to months for them to get their taste buds back on stuff, on Cokes and stuff like that. So, oh my gosh, I haven't had a Coca-Cola in a while.
We'll just be grateful that it didn't make coffee taste that way.
Oh God, if it would have made my coffee taste bad, I'd have been done.
I don't know if there's any of you in the picture or not. She's here. It's just hard to. She was on Topamax and really started having a problem when he was on the Topamax.
Yeah, that's when my main
really got bad.
The Topamax.
It's like the Topamax was. When it got in her system, they kind of stepped her up on it. But once it really got good in her system, she started having every kind of problem. Missy, I've heard that it's a Dopamax.
Yeah.
She was sitting here one day texting, and I'm over here. I think I was making me a cup of coffee, and she's texting. I'm making the coffee. I said, "Hey, babe, you want a cup of coffee?" And she goes, and she's sitting there like this with the phone still in her hand, where she had her finger on the button, typing, and just fell asleep.
Yeah, I was in Kroger's one night and got lost. Like I forgot where I was at.
Yeah. She would wake up in the middle of the night and would be like, "I don't know where I'm at."
Yeah.
That's true, just me. And she just, she had some rough side effects from it. See, our niece took it, like Samantha said, she was on it for years.
Mm-hmm.
Took a high dose. Our niece took it, and she said it helped her.
Yeah.
It was one of the best things they put her on, as far as helping her with her migraines and stuff.
A friend of mine, his little brother was on it. He's autistic and has seizures, and they put him on it, and they had to take him off of it because he was hallucinating and he was forgetting who people was that he's around daily.
But you did a lot of talking in your sleep too when you stayed.
Yeah.
And I'm a light sleeper, so every time she'd say something in her sleep, I'd be, huh? And if she didn't repeat it back to me, I was like, well, she's just... Talking about my Undertaker shirt. It's not new. I've had it for a while now. I just don't wear it that often. Tim said his mom had the same thing happen. It's crazy. Yeah, just me. Like, some people can take it and fine, but others, she just was all over the place with it. I imagine you have, just me said, as an RN, she's seen some crazy reaction. And I keep looking up and down, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Let me show y'all. That's our tripod for the day.
Yeah, my espresso cups, which was an early Christmas gift from a friend of mine.
It's sitting down inside the top cup. So it's like some of y'all's comments go in. That ain't good. And the bar at the top will be in the middle of some of the comments. See, that's her.
Yeah.
She didn't get any help from it at all. It just was every bad side effect you could get for it. I think one side effect she made up. Night punches.
Oh.
I just think she'd lay down and she'd be mad at me at night and she'd be like, okay, he's asleep. And I'll be like, babe, you just huh? I didn't mean to, baby. I didn't mean to give you a right hook. But a lot of people have said that about the Botox injections.
I know.
And listen, they actually would talk to her about Botox injections at one time. But I'm gonna tell you what we did. We got her on an all natural regimen. Nurtec for your migraines. Well, she got on an all natural regimen. No, I can't say too much about it, but y'all get what I'm saying there, right? She'd have to go to the special store and get it, and she got doing that, and her neurologist seen that she had like so many positive advancements in it. Really? Wow. Well, they never did the Botox stuff. And, but we haven't been able to keep her on that regimen in quite some time, so. Oh, Louisiana. Yeah, we just got Mississippi dividing us, camping girl. We're from northwest Tennessee. We're the last city you would go through if you was going towards Missouri. I'm a firm believer that that magical leaf does a lot of help for a lot of people. Whew. Life's just being that is. So they've tried everything, had migraines since they was 12, and they're almost 54 now. Migraine sucks. I mean, without any other medical issues, you know, migraine sucks. A headache sucks, period. Can't hear? They have seizures as well.
Really?
Juliet, are you saying you can't hear me? Say it might just be hers. Plus, I have to get a little bit close to read too, so this is my Zoom. Okay. Gotcha. And I'm in need of some new glasses sooner or later. But does anybody actually get new glasses like every? What are you supposed to get glasses like every 3 years or something?
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
Or unless you just go for your eye checkup every year and they're bad. A lot of mine's blood pressure right now. I know I used to go for my checkup once a year, and like if my prescription didn't change and I could still see good, I never would get new glasses. But I'm about, Lord, I got these glasses when I was working at FedEx.
Yeah.
And I left FedEx and went to rough country during the pandemic. Like the pandemic had just started. So I've had these since at least 2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah, I've got diabetes too, but like I can tell when my blood pressure's out of whack because my eyes, and I'm a little out of whack today because of everything that's going on. To kind of touch base with everybody, like we are desperately needing some help keeping our hotel room. We're trying to raise as much as we can to stay as many days as we can without you know, having some good conversation. And I hate stopping the conversation to plead for help, but it's kind of the reason I'm on here today. But desperately needing some help keeping their room. Anybody can donate anything towards it. It would definitely be appreciated. We can pay for it by the day, but we're trying to get as much as we can to pay up. So anything helps.
We really don't want to pack everything up and spend our Christmas in the car. That would be terrible.
It's kind of really too. I'm not in the Christmas mood right now. Christmas. We're I'm trying to figure out what their point was to that. I hate that you lost your foot and your toes, but
I'm not sure what that has to do with.
If you don't know nothing about me, then you just see. That's just the thing. People won't know nothing about you and just automatically throw a judgment out there because you got to ask for help. You know. Hopefully, Jeannie Lynn. Okay, Wendy. She was too. She was denied SSI with epilepsy. Mm-hmm. Been denied 2 or 3 times. I think 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Tim. That's weird saying my own name. Yeah, we was. Well, I was born and raised here. She was actually born in Michigan, but was adopted out. She was pretty young. She was adopted. Listen, I don't need anybody to point out that I'm a big guy.
No.
I know this already, and I'm doing something about it. If you would go follow my Instagram at Make Tim Great Again, you'll see the journey that I'm on there with my exercising and eating better and cutting out the sugars and the Cokes and stuff, because I drink about 2 of these a day. So...
yeah, right now our main concern is getting enough money to where we're not in our car on Christmas. Tonight's our last night here.
No, see, I wish...
No, we haven't.
Just get your time frame right. I mean, this is... Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate it if you would follow my Instagram. Dude, you've been begging for 2 years. Why haven't you had TikTok for 2 years? It's like... We haven't been in this situation for 2 years.
No, we haven't.
June of next year would be our 2-year mark of being homeless and bouncing around. So they're going to say what they want to say. And
of course.
Whatever y'all say the time frame is that we've been begging and we've been needing help and we've been homeless is the truth.
But say if this was them in this situation, what are they going to do? Are they just going to, because you got to do what you got to do?
Well, they don't want to find out if someone's trying. They just assume. Tim, I had a very good job that I thought I would never lose. And, learned my lesson. Lost the job. We ended up losing our house, our truck. and was staying with my dad for a little while, and things just kind of went bad there. Don't really want to get into what all happened with my dad's, but got to the point where we had to leave there, and when we left there, we went to the hotel, thinking that hey, we would be able to bounce out of that cycle pretty quick, and it sucked us in even more. You're right, there is no job security anymore. It's like, I basically lost my job. I was there for over 7 years. I had 1 point on my record at the time that some stuff happened, and we had a tragedy in the family, and I took off for that and was fired because I went to the funeral, because they said I was leaving the line short-handed, and if I left I wouldn't have a job. And I left to go to the funeral and lost my job, and it taught me a really good lesson about not living above your means, because we was kind of doing that because I had a good job. You think the money's coming in, I got a good job, I got a good position, I've been over 7 years, I'm secure. I've never had any disciplinary actions taken against me. The whole 7 year stint I was there, I've only had 4 points. So you think you're secure, and then you're not. And unfortunately, Tennessee's an at-will state, so they can, you can block us if you want. If you don't want to see it, you can leave if you don't want to see us. I've never had anybody come in here and ask to be blocked.
No, that's a new one.
Christine, it is not going too well today, to be honest with you. Yeah. But we went on a downward spiral of losing things, and ended up in a place that I never thought we would be. A cotton candy. And once we got here, I was like, oh, there's programs and stuff, people just don't use them. No, there's not. There's not. The programs that they have, there's a waiting list that are so long. It's like the first thing we did when we moved into a hotel, and was technically, that was where we were going to have to stay, we was homeless, was put in for the West Tennessee Homeless Solution, and stayed on that for over a year just to get told they can't help us. Went to the Housing Authority and put it on for a waiting list for there, and they've told us the waiting list there was over 2 years long. Filled out for another one, and keep getting bumped down the list because of single parents. And I get that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just how the gears turn, If an emergency case comes up and it's more dire than ours, and we're next to get a place, then we get knocked down. But people are getting in these homes and getting taken care of from these places, and they're not moving. They're like, hey, we've got a secure place and we appreciate it. We're not going anywhere. When one does come open, it's because someone's done got kicked out for something. Most of the time. You don't see too many people voluntarily moving from cheap housing to an expensive rent. Yeah, I've seen her on here talk about it and everything about, waiting for so long, and yeah, she lost her house. Waited 10 years on the list, finally got a home, then lost it for not paying the rent on it.
Really?
And supposedly the rent was cheap, but I mean, you would think. Yeah, Wendy said you would think it would have been a lot of time. Like you get in these places and they're like, okay, this is going to be a 2-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pay $100 a month rent and for 2 years, and you should be back on your feet. But they get in them places and will live there a decade.
Yeah.
And I tell you what bothers me the most about them is I know someone, and her baby daddy, that's what these youngins like to call it now, this baby daddy, because they're not married. They got 3 kids. She goes down there and files for an emergency housing because they lost their house because they didn't pay rent. She puts down that she's single with the kids, and within a week she's in a home. Okay. But she filed single, 3 kids, got a place to, got an apartment to live down in the projects, and the baby daddy lives there too. So she went and lied to him about, he left me and I don't have a place to stay, and got the place, and now he's there. And when it comes time for inspections or time that they need to come in and fix something, they just make sure all his stuff is ever hidden, or he takes his stuff with him and he's not there. And I know they do that. They're friends of mine. And I'm sitting here like, you get aggravated at it and you're just like, I should call this in. But then you sit there thinking all he's going to do is hurt 3 kids. It's like, okay, if I call this in, they get kicked out. Well, then they really are a family of 3 kids. It's going to be, No, that's the only. If it didn't have kids involved, I would be blowing the whistle like crazy. But I just couldn't. Them kids didn't do anything in that situation to, they was just used as a, hey, it's just me and my kids, So it's one of those situations where, like, if you snitched on the parents, then you're hurting the kids too, and what do you do? I personally couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is everywhere. People learn how to work the system like that, and then when somebody gets out here and they need help, and then you hear from these other people, lady on here with a 3-bedroom apartment pays $800 rent, and she rents the other 2 bedrooms out for $1,000 each.
Wow.
It's just, I don't know. Okay, we got 111 people in here. I need everybody to send me $3. No, I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Y'all use that for clout. she does work, and he works too. Thankfully that their eyes got opened about how you can't go. If you make $1,000 a week, you can't spend $1,300 a week and then worry about your bills later. I don't know if that's what they make a week or not. I'm just saying, that's what they did at some point in their lives. He was always, I needed new shoes, I needed new games, and she was always hair done, nails done, and then the expensive rent wasn't getting paid. I don't know what they pay at the housing authority, but when I see them now, they're not always in the new shoes and the new clothes, but their babies are very well taken care of. So they do actually work. And see, that's just the assumption that was made. Just assumed because they did that they didn't work. Knows. And see, that's where everybody needs to take a minute to step back and learn about somebody before passing a judgment on them. They was irresponsible, got themselves in a tight situation, done something that's not correct to get out of it, and then it's wrong the way they did it. I would completely agree with you on that. But you just assume, you know what I mean? Again, when you say most don't and most don't do this, most do that, it's not a fact, that's an opinion. You don't know nothing about that person, but you quickly passed the judgment on them, and you'll say, no judgment. Yes, you did. You passed judgment right off the bat. So, Cotton Candy, so sorry for your loss there. Exactly, Cotton Candy. But you didn't know nothing about that person, and you passed a judgment on them. You didn't know a thing about that person. You just lumped them in with a group of other people and passed judgment. So I'm not saying that other people, don't do it for the wrong reasons, and they don't work, and they don't do this, they don't do that. I'm saying the one situation, I'm not twisting your words, that you plainly said. Your words. Yeah, I don't deal with lazy. I bet that lady who frauds the system doesn't work. She does work. You automatically judged it as she was just one of the people who doesn't work. You automatically passed judgment. You didn't know a thing about her. That's all I'm saying. I've read what you said. Christine, we're trying to come up with as much as possible to keep the room for as long as possible. It's $70 a day. If we can come up with $340 for the week, that's our biggest goal, is trying to hit that. I'm not arguing with you because I read verbatim what you said.
You just read what you said.
And that's not. It's not even like reading the part. I read the whole thing that you just said, and then you sent something later on saying most of them. But you passed judgment right off the jump, saying that you don't deal with lazy people, and you bet she doesn't work. So it's like right there. I'm not arguing with you though. It is judgment. You passed judgment on the one person. You lumped them in with a group of people and passed your judgment. Baked groundhog. Baked groundhog. I have CA and PayPal. Amy, you don't know if I'm working or not. Hey, Jesse. I had to get it out of that thing. I'm bouncing up and down because it's moving. Okay, Knowles, it's done with. It's over. I read word for word what you sent. Yeah, you sent other stuff, but at first you sent one thing that passed the judgment. So, and then you try to justify what you said. And that's the last I'm going to speak on it because I'm not here to argue with anybody. So, from my end, that's exactly how it looked from reading it from my end. Baked, I'm from Northwest Tennessee. Little town called Dyersburg. And Amy, I did read that wrong. I read your comment wrong. I apologize. After looking back up there and reading it. Jesse put him on a timeout for 5 minutes. I didn't know you can mute people for just amount of time. Amy, that is what we're trying to get. It just, with everything going on, I just don't have it this week to cover the room. We're trying to do the whole week if we can get help with that. If we can't, it's whatever we can get is going to go towards the room. I have some wonderful mods in here. They really watch out for us. They pay attention to a lot of stuff. Yeah, I know it's crazy, Misty, but I know it's a horrible time to be asking for help for any amount, but we'll stick around, Baked. You never know. We all became friends just by talking and everything. But the whole week is kind of what we're aiming for. But anything would be appreciated. Anything that gets sent is going towards the room. So appreciate that, Bait. Take all the likes you'll give. There we go. Tapping the screen don't cost any green. Thank you, Jesse. It is rough. I agree with you, Missy. It is. It is. I've never seen it this rough on so many people. The whole week would be $340. Hey, Louie. Cannot call the hotel and pay direct. Unfortunately, it's just a little mom and pop place, and it would have to be sent to me. Then, if somebody helped me though, I don't have any problem showing that that's where the money went. Like, I wish they would take, over the phone payments. Like I said, it's just a little mom and pop place. So, I think they own one more hotel up the road, a couple cities over. Like I said, the owner lives here, so they still do your receipts they actually write them out. So they said they would catch it with the Times when they finally sold the place. Thank you, Jesse. I will do that if someone helps and they're like, "Hey, I'll help you, but I need to see proof that it's getting paid." I have no issue showing you the proof. Louis, we've been it's been Wingo, I'm gonna be pretty much on, I guess, all day. I don't know. Boy, Mom, if you'll DM me, I can answer your question. This one won't let you call. Okay, Jesse. We have been at some that would let you call and make a payment over the phone, but this one won't. I've done checked. I've had that offer before, and it's just Greta, I did, and there's not a whole lot in my area. It just didn't look like there was next to nothing in this area. But I did run into somebody else who uses it, and they said that there's usually a lot more stuff on there. And he said it slows down about this time of year. He just wants your money. He can make it happen. I'm not even sure what that means. We have both looked into work from home jobs because if I'm out working and I'm at home, I can jump on something and pull a few hours sitting here while she's watching TV. A lot of times we don't watch the same stuff anyway, and I'm watching stuff on my phone, so it wouldn't be no different from doing a little homework. Hey, Baked, welcome back. Hey, Tesla. Thank you, definitely appreciate that. We found a couple, but we don't have laptops. Yes, she is wearing a Jelly Roll shirt. We have a lot of Teslas that follow us now. Oh, you're good, Jesse. Yeah, I seen that where he finally got the pardon from the governor. Yes, they are, Shelby. These people are really obnoxious. Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm. Back in the coffee cups. I had that perfect at one time, boy. Pan, where did you send it? Because nothing has showed up on our end yet. Brooke, we've been better. Okay, definitely will. Which CA did you send it to, Pan?
Sometimes.
I haven't got a notification yet. Which CA did you send it to? Hey, Holly and Ben. The weather today is quite nice. It's about 53 with the sun shining. I just looked at the weather. Yeah, because I'm not getting anything on here showing that it was sent. Like sometimes it asks you if you want to accept this, but there's nothing on there yet. If you would tell me which one you sent it to, I might be able to straighten it out because I don't have my CA tag out there, so. Oh, cotton candy, that sounds horrible. Okay, Carrie. Okay, Pan. Candy said she fell at a gas station, broke 2 bones in her back, cracked tailbone, and a frozen shoulder.
Oh. Okay.
I learned the other day that you only have so many pauses in a live. So let me mute the mic. Okay, guys. Yeah, I put it on mute for a moment. I learned the other day that you only have so many pauses. Pan, if you would tell me what CA you're trying to use, I can tell you if it's the correct one. And then if it's the correct one, then we can try to maybe figure it out. But without knowing what you're trying to, where you're trying to send it, I don't know how to even walk you through anything. Hey, Tamara.
Hey, Tamara. Did you want the same thing?
Whatever you fix me, I'll drink.
Let's do some caramel truffle. Over here, Papa.
It's a pretty stressful. Put that in there. Pretty stressful day. Yeah. Then on top of that, my Cowboys are losing. Sure, you used to that though, right? We're trying to get as much as we can to pay on the room for as long as we can. So I don't know. I get the live updates on my phone about the Cowboys. Yeah, the second cup of coffee is brewing right now. Right now we're losing. It is cheaper, by the way. It's $3.40 for a week or $70 a day. And I said right now we are just trying to get whatever we can to cover as many days as we can. We're just we really don't want to spend Christmas in the car. I mean, it's just it may have to. I don't know. $300 for a car battery? What kind of car do you have?
Good Lord.
I mean, that's certain ones. That is cheap for some. Tonight, Sparkles. Tonight. If we don't have anything paid on it by tomorrow at 11, we would have to pack everything up and go. I think for supper tonight we're going to have homemade tacos.
Good, Becky.
Yeah, we're still going to her mom's for Christmas. We'll be there Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day. So how dare I what? How dare I what? Eat homemade tacos? It's like, seriously, they give us crap if we get something fast food, and they give us crap when we fix something here.
I mean, would you rather us?
They would not eat, starve, do without. So we fix something here. They fuss at us. I'm fixing homemade tacos, and I can't even fix homemade tacos myself. And I'm just like, it's. Hey, our Kroger's has 2 pounds of hamburger meat for $8. Buy that and a couple of taco seasoning. We're in a couple of meals for like $13. So it's like. But then if I stop by the Sonic and buy an 80-cent cup of water,
Yeah.
and they see me drinking that on there, I'm in the wrong.
Go ahead.
She wants her makeup done.
Go ahead.
Brooke, I think the last time you was here, I was working at Harbor Freight, and due to some threatening letters, Harbor Freight let me go. Man, I hate that for you, Renee. You ain't going to school, lies. You ain't going to school, lies.
Huh?
That was the name that just got blocked. You ain't going to school, lies. I'm just trying to figure out that name. So, like, what does that name even mean? You ain't going to school, lies.
Well, all right.
Jeez, Renee, they told a buddy of mine at the gym he was going to have to lose 80 pounds to get his hernia fixed. And it looked like a fist coming through his belly button. And like his got so bad, like they ended up putting him on Ozempic to speed up his weight loss process. He was losing the weight, but they was just like, "Oh, your hernia's so bad," and I'm just like, You know, hard candy is made to suck on and enjoy. It's a hard candy. Thank you. I've had this shirt for a while. It's really holding up good. I know Juju's hair is down here at the bottom now. Tell you, that's what we're doing. Homemade tacos. You can't go wrong with homemade tacos to begin with, unless you just can't cook. Brooke, I'm going to say yes, but there's no comment on where, because I don't know anywhere to know anything about it. I mean, I trust you, but there's other people listening that, excuse me, can't be trusted. Yes, this is The Undertaker. Dawn of the Dead Man. My favorite wrestler of all time was always Shawn Michaels. So that was always, he'll always be the GOAT in my eyes. The tall guy that always wore the red sweatpants? Did he wear a mask? Well, when I could have... Kane wore red tights, yeah. From a different country, wore red sweatpants. Big old tall guy?
Oh, they talked about the Great Khali from a different country. He wore red pants.
Yeah, could be. Great Khali? He was like Indian? Yeah. That's who it was. Jimmy Valiant. I have wrestled with Jimmy Valiant more times than I can remember. He is one of the nicest guys I think I ever met in the wrestling business. Some of y'all may not know, I did wrestle I was active for 25, 26 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, baked groundhog, I wrestled for a long time. I always kept Tim Edwards was the name, but it changed. The moniker changed a little bit. Who was your hubby? I might know him. And it has to be his wrestling name because I hardly know people's real names. Hey, Hot Rod.
Hey.
Speaking of wrestling.
I was going to say, it's funny, the hop sound right now.
Yeah. Rodney Howard in here. He was the architect to one of the hottest groups of professional wrestlers to ever touch the West Tennessee scene. Yeah, you like how I put that, didn't you? Running Rebel. I'd probably have to see him.
I've heard that. That sounds
because
familiar.
I've wrestled with so many Rebels. Butch Lawler. That name doesn't ring a bell, but a lot of people in other states and stuff I met in passing, so I don't remember a lot of their names, but I remember faces over the years. Hot Rod, we made that work, didn't we? Do I remember Kerry Vaughn and Eric? I remember Jason Vaughn. Hot Rod, I gotta say that was probably the most fun I ever had in wrestling was in that time period. Like I look back on that, and that was the greatest moment of my 30-year stretch with the business and everything. Your hubby knows Jason Vaughn? That's cool.
Oh, me and Jason used to talk daily. I hadn't talked to Jason in a while, but we used to talk daily.
Why did I quit wrestling? The body quit. Well, I am a wrestling fan, and I've been a wrestler for 30 years. I grew up around wrestling, and I know the whole history of the classic Von Erich family. I've never heard of a Kerry Von or Eric Von, and I don't know who the Van Erichs are. So there is a Kerry Von Erich, there's Eric Von Erich, there's a Kevin Von Erich. There's a lot of the Von Erichs. So, yeah, if you'd have put the right name down there, I'd have known who you was talking about. I seen it on replay. I didn't watch it live. It was Kerry, Kevin. There's a host, Fritz Von Erich.
I was going to say, there's a bunch of...
Yeah, his jaw, I seen where they was putting the wires in and stuff, and it looked... Man. I tell you, I wished I was a betting man and had the money to bet on that fight. I wouldn't be sitting here worried about our room. Because everybody put money on Jake Paul. They said Jake Paul made $92 million that fight. 6 rounds. $92 million. Know what I could do with $92 million?
Oh, God.
$92 million, I'd take 10 off the jump and build a little community to help people that don't have places to stay. Yeah. And he made more than that during the Tyson fight. We're still down here in Dyersburg. We're in a hotel for tonight. Trying to get some help, any kind of help to keep the hotel room for another day. Trying to come up with enough to get us through Christmas. So. Oh, Brooke, without a doubt, Tyson took a big payoff to not win that fight, to not throw them punches. Sure, he was tired. Sure, it wasn't, it wasn't going to be nowhere near the Mike Tyson from 20 years ago, 30 years ago, however long it was. But you're not going to convince me that Tyson couldn't have done better than he did. Sunshine, to cover a week in this room is $340. But we're trying to get as much as possible to cover as many days as possible. If we can't get the whole week covered, we're just trying to, it's $70 a day. So we're trying to, excuse me guys, cover till Christmas. We're trying not to have to sleep in our car on Christmas. It's kind of what we're trying to avoid. So, yes, Sunshine.
Look, you stepped in my eyeshadow one day.
Oh, she was trying to do her makeup, Mommy. Hey, Mandy, I'll be honest, not doing very well at all today. For a little while, sunshine.
Is that the one I used to do the evening sunshine? Jeez.
I don't think so. No, both of us do not skippity doo dah. And the reason, if you wasn't here a while ago, my makeshift tripod has got a bar right in the middle of my screen, and I keep on having to duck down. Well, sunshine, any help at all would be appreciated. She's not doing anything at the moment. She has put in for a disability. She was having some medical issues with some meds that she was on. Thankfully, they finally took her off the meds, and she's starting to do better. The side effects she was having because of the meds and stuff was just crazy. So,
and if any of y'all, I'm going to tell y'all from experience and from other people that I've talked to that's been on it, y'all go to the doctor for something and they want to put y'all on Topamax, tell them no.
Sunshine, I actually have one. Like, you just asked that and I said yes. There and said, I'd like to help. And then 3 comments later being rude. Just to fish you in. What?
That's definitely not the same thing.
So, I mean, if I clap it out loud. That's the type of stuff you deal with when you're on here, I guess. Here, you talk to them for a second while you're doing your makeup. I gotta get the phone charger.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm in the middle of doing my makeup. I'll never understand why when we do our makeup, we make funny faces. Like I'm sitting here putting on my eyeshadow and I'm like, I'll never, but it's just something we do.
I don't understand either, but it was funny watching you do the face. Ooh. Not really heading nowhere. She's gonna take some leftover soup to a friend of ours up at the gym, and
I made homemade soup last night, and I told him I'd bring you some. So
we'll take him some soup, and she'll probably go and talk to them, and I don't know, I guess y'all get to look at me all day. Camping Girl says to ask you what your beauty secrets are.
My beauty secrets? Well, honestly, and some people don't believe me when I say this, but
Lots of coffee.
I buy a lot of my stuff at the Dollar Tree. Like right now, I'm using the Dollar Tree's got Neutrogena.
Tammy, we're trying to get as much as possible to keep the room for as many days as possible. A week would be $340. As of right now, we don't have anything towards it. I think I got $2 in my cash out, so $2 to go towards it. So I guess $338 to keep the room for a week. But we're really just trying to get anything we can to maybe try to keep it as many days as possible. Okay, beauty tips by Angela.
Dollar Tree has Neutrogena dupes, and so that's where I go and get a lot of my stuff from. People think that I pay a lot of money for my makeup and stuff, but I really don't. And you don't have to, I mean, I've got really sensitive, dry skin, and I use stuff from the Dollar Tree all the time.
You do have some Jeffree Star stuff, but you bought it when it was $1.
Right, I do have some Jeffree Star makeup that he got me, but it was whenever he was doing the single eyeshadow palettes for $1, and that's whenever he got me a bunch of those. But Dollar Tree also had, if you go to the Dollar Tree and you see this right here with the pink top, that is the Jeffree Star dupe makeup. They have it in the powder, they have it in the foundation, and everything, and he's actually used it himself. I was talking about how good it was. But you just have to make sure that...
just show it again.
You just have to make sure that you keep your face clean. Micellar water is really good to use. A friend of mine, he was talking about his skin, and he was having these darker spots come up on his skin. And I told him what he needed to go get, and micellar water was one of the things that I told him to get. And I told him, I said, you will not believe what will come off your face using that micellar water. And so he used it that night, and he sent me a picture of his cotton round, and he said, I didn't know I still had all this stuff on my face. So micellar water is really, really good.
So basically, if you take care of the skin, the makeup goes on easier. Would that be your beauty secret?
Well, it depends on the brushes too.
I mean, you got a good
But yeah,
base.
She
just wouldn't let me sound smart about that, would she? Anyway. Candy says cheap or expensive makeup makes her break out.
Really?
It does that to some people.
Yeah, some people can't, because, I mean, they put a lot of stuff in makeup. They really do. And I'll tell you what I found, and I've had it for a while, but I looked up one time at the Dollar Tree and found Drew Barrymore's makeup line. So if you go to the Dollar Tree and see some makeup called Flower, that's Drew Barrymore's makeup. So, and it's really good.
I'm so glad men are simple. Ask me what I use for my beard. I don't know the name of it. It works. My beard is holding good shape with this. I shaped it yesterday. I don't have a clue what the name of it is. But it's some good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure that none of these women on here right now need any secrets on beards.
Look, I found this at the Dollar Tree. I found this eyeshadow palette at the Dollar Tree, and it actually looks like some of the Jeffree Star colors that I have. But I found that, golly, I found this a while ago at the Dollar Tree.
Like last winter.
Yeah.
everybody at? Everybody done getting quiet? We just started talking about makeup and. No, it ain't froze. It's I actually have a good stable connection today. Working on my second cup of Go Juice. Did we run out of stuff to talk about? A body there? Okay. That's what I kind of figured in my head you meant. And I was just like, I think she missed a couple of letters there. It does that in the chat sometimes. It'd be going really good and everybody be talking and all of a sudden it's nothing. Then everybody be quiet and usually after everybody's quiet for a little while there's some hate and then we'll all get talking and cutting up again and then there'll be some more hate.
Because haters gonna hate.
Today's topic is we desperately need help with our room. We are trying to keep the room as many days as possible through this Christmas season. Usually we come on here, we need help. We ask for a certain number. Today the number to keep it for a week is a little high. To keep it for the week is $340. But anything helps. I'm so ready for tax season. God bless. Beyond ready for it. So, yeah, anything that anybody could send to help would go towards the room. To be completely transparent, I've got $2 on my Cash App, my CA. I forgot we can't say them dastardly words on TikTok. Yeah, that's I get that, Don. Yeah, it's going to suck to spend Christmas in the car, though. So, yeah, we're just trying to avoid that. I usually get taxes back. I don't know how much it would be this year, but I usually get something back. Like I lean it up. My back's starting to hurt a little. Ow. Doing something to your hair?
Does it look bad?
I mean, you normally don't wear it that way. That's what I'm asking.
Well, I mean, I didn't get to put anything in it, blow it dry, so.
Well, I'm just asking because usually if you leave the house like that, you're like, "Oh, you let me leave the house with my hair like this?" And then I ask him. Whew. Well, they've about made taxes on homes and stuff so high that people are being taxed out of their homes. And Lord, if you're in the city, you got to pay city taxes, county taxes. I usually just use TurboTax and never pay anything. I haven't paid to do my taxes in years. But I've used TurboTax for 10 years doing them. Probably longer than that. We signed up for government housing right after we got in this situation and was told we're looking at least a 2-year waiting list. I'm over answering that same question over and over and over again. So. Yeah, a lot of people think we signed up for West Tennessee Homeless Solution, government housing, the housing authority, all that stuff right after we got in this situation. And West Tennessee Homeless Solution finally came out and said, we're not going to have the funds to help anybody. Whoever's in the system is all we're helping. The housing authority basically has jumped us around. We've been at the front of the list and we've been knocked down and we've been back and we've been up and down the list. And then the government assisting for it said at least a 2-year waiting list, and we haven't hit the 2-year mark yet, and it said at least. So that tells me that it could be 2 years and beyond for them when someone says at least. So, a lot of people think when you get into a tough situation, there's all these programs out there to help you. And I'll be honest with you, I used to think that same thing. I used to look at people who was in my situation and be like, how come they don't use programs to get out of it? And they just don't have the programs out there for it. Thank you. That was a little Christmas spirit gift someone gave us. With a little Christmas tree.
And we're hoping we don't have to take it down.
I have, Beth. It's not going to affect us any because I'm meeting the requirements. But it's going to affect a lot of them. Yeah, they say it's going to affect, but I mean, it's what would they let slide? You know, they push a lot of stuff through and a lot of stuff by that shouldn't. So I think it depends on the caseworker, honestly. I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 situation. I think probably 50% of the people who are in the system abuse it, and I think there's people in it who truly need it. Bojangles, I don't know. I take that with a grain of salt when I start hearing that they're going to hand out these little, I don't even know what Trump was calling it, dividend checks. If they do, it'd be amazing. If they don't, yeah, I've heard it was going to be just military, but then it's like, okay, the money they were talking about giving it back to was what taxpayers was overpaid for the tariffs and stuff, right? Then it shouldn't be just military getting money back. It should be everybody getting it back because everybody pays taxes. But I haven't heard enough solid information to know anything other than just the little here and there's that I hear. I'm going to pick it up. Let's switch around a little bit here. Throw a leg up on the bed. Hey.
Oh, does it bad, don't it?
Yeah, so I haven't heard enough to know enough. Like, yeah, it'd be nice if they gave checks out like that, but then you know, I wouldn't count the money until it was in my account. That's for sure. That's how much trust I put into the government.
Church run. A little. They orange and shirts.
Your shirt looks fine. I mean, how many instances are you going to have with both your arms up in the air? Not riding a roller coaster today. Hey, Jessica, we're having a pretty rough day today. We are definitely going through some stuff today. We're trying to keep our hotel room. And it looks like the Cowboys are losing today too, so you know, just everything. Thank you, Jessica. But again, if anybody can help with anything towards the room, guys, it would be appreciated. Yeah, I just pulled down I get the notification at the top of the screen. I've been dreading pulling it down. So that shirt looks the same.
No, it don't.
And I pulled it down to like 34-17. I've been a Cowboys fan most of my life, so I hold on to the hope that we're going to have a good year every once in a while. But I don't think we'll ever recapture the power and drive that we had back in the 90s. Yep. The season is definitely over. They had a chance to go to the playoffs, but my dad's a Steelers fan. And back in the 90s when they beat the Steelers, like he didn't talk to me for like 2-3 days because he knew I was just in a rag. I'm like, we worked together at the time, and if he seen me coming on my forklift, he'd go somewhere else. And I'd be like, But America's team, right? Everybody loves to hate the Cowboys. But I'll be a Cowboys fan to the day I'm in the ground. So I ain't jumped ship yet, and there's been a lot of good reasons to jump ship. There's been a lot of good reasons. Been a lot of bad seasons. But anyway, I'm getting off here in a few. She's going to run some soup up to somebody. Oh, Lord. I imagine that's fun if he goes out in his Cowboys gear. It's awesome, Jessica. Okay, what was that? I mean, does that soup technically have a name?
No, I mean, not really. Just
soup.
I mean, I used
vegetable soup and meat. I don't
used
I don't think we've ever just named that soup. I've never heard it called by name.
I used the frozen vegetables from Kroger's that have a vegetable soup mix, and it's got diced up onions already in it, and it's got okra and all that stuff in it. I used that instead of canned.
Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, I always just heard that soup called soup. If you took out the meat, it would be vegetable soup.
Yeah. But I just used hamburger meat, and
it was good soup. It was some darn good soup. And I'm not a big soup guy. Mm-hmm. I'm a chili guy. Chili. And she makes a potato soup that is mighty fine. Say, I'm glad you corrected. I read that as habanero cheddar broccoli soup. She had cheddar broccoli soup, and I was thinking that actually sounded good, but would be. She makes a fine potato soup now. Making enchiladas. We're doing homemade tacos tonight. Who's cooking the tacos tonight? I cooked them last time.
And you did such a good job, you can do it again tonight.
You cooked them last time. Because right. I made them the first time.
And then I made them.
And can't figure out how come they were so spicy.
Mm-hmm. So.
And since I messed them up the first time, I made them too spicy, and you did so perfect on them the second time.
I don't know why you think you messed them up.
Because they was hot.
But you didn't mess them up. That was good.
But they was hot. And since you made them last time and did so good, you can make them tonight. See what I did there? Enchilada soup. It's a lot of soup. Enchilada soup.
I like taco soup.
I do like taco soup. I don't know how I made that. I made my seasoning. I put a little extra seasoning in there, but I put Kinder's.
Sometimes you get happy with seasonings.
Well, the seasoning I put was the brown sugar seasoning to sweeten up the meat a little bit.
I mean, it was good.
And then drained that off and cooked in my taco seasoning with it. The taco seasoning was just plain, but that meat was so hot. Like, and I don't do good with hot stuff, so. All right, Jesse, we're actually about to get off here in just a minute. I'll be back on though. Because guys, I'll be 100% honest. If we don't get some help today from on here, then we're going to lose the room because I don't have anything else I can do today with it. So somebody claims they sent $40 a while ago, but they didn't send it. So if anybody's seen that and you're curious about that, it never came through. They never answered where they sent it to. They couldn't even give me the CAE that they sent it to. They would never give me that name. So at this point, I'm just going to mark it up as they didn't send anything.
I don't know why people do that. Why people get on here and say that they're going to help somebody and act like they're going to and tell you that they did, but they didn't.
They do it because they say, I helped them, I did this, I did that, I sent them this, and they're not saying that they got it. And they'll have a crew of people behind them wherever they're coming from whatever page is streaming us right now. If they came over and done that, and they'll be like, they'll run back to them and they'll be like, haha, he thinks I'm sending them this. Or someone will do that and be like, oh, I sent that to them. And they, you know. But we really don't want to spend Christmas in our car. So we're just trying to get by this week. Yeah, Jessie, I haven't heard anything else from her, so I'm just marking it up as the last I heard was her husband was going to look at it and see what she did wrong. But the fact that they couldn't tell me where they sent it to. Yeah, we're going over there Christmas Eve, and then if we don't have the room, we'll have to find some place to park after there, and we'll be back over there Christmas Day, and we'll still be in the same situation. So, that sucks. You got to work both days, like. You know, hope it's not factory works or anything. Hospital. Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's one of them jobs where you don't get holidays off. So, but we definitely appreciate the people who are out there working on Christmas and stuff, the police officers and the EMTs and the nurses and doctors and our truck drivers who are going to be driving across country on Christmas, and prison guards are working. And, not every job stops because it's Christmas,
No.
And we appreciate those sacrifices that y'all make during the holidays to take care of people. Majesty, we are trying to get as much as we can to help cover the room for the week. We're trying to cover it for a week, but we can't cover it for the week. We're just trying to cover it for as many days as we can. It's $340 for a week. I know that's a lot to be asking right here at Christmas, But if anybody can help with anything of that, it would be appreciated. I know it's an insane amount, but we're just trying not to be sleeping in the car on Christmas. So we're asking, begging, and pleading if you can help us with anything towards that. It would definitely be appreciated. Of course, if we pay it by the day, it's $70 a day. To get to Christmas would be $280. So yeah, we do have the room for tonight. Checkout is 11 in the morning. Usually on times we've had to leave before, they gave us a couple extra hours to get everything together, and so I agree. And it's not just vets that don't have one either. I mean, there are people out there. We're grateful and thankful that we do have the car, that when we don't have a room, we can sleep in it. You know, because I do know there's people out there worse off that don't even have that. So we're blessed to have that when we end up in this situation. But yeah, it's not just vets out there. That was just... But and there's the spam. That's awesome of you, Donnie. Hey, Shelby and Jesse, I don't know if Carrie is still in here. Carrie, yeah, there you are. When they spam like that, just mute them. I've been needing to tell you guys that, and I keep forgetting. Just mute them, don't block them. Because if we block too many at one time, it will kick my live out. Brooke, a lot of things have changed. We're just in a spot where we can't, if we get to something that puts a little roadblock up, we can't get past the roadblock. We've been doing pretty good. And we've been taking a lot of positive steps to the right direction. It's just like I said, once something comes up and it's like, you know, if it's not planned, it knocks the wind out of us. So, but yeah, I learned from another live that when you start blocking too many at one time, it can spam out your live and cause the live to be shut down. So when they do that, let's just mute them. And I've been meaning to tell you guys that, and it keeps slipping my mind every time. Of course, a lot of times we're in here, we're on private, so that doesn't matter. People in here on private, y'all know how to act, and y'all are civil, and Just life ain't been extremely bad.
No, not really.
Like, it's been a lot worse. Thank you, Brooke. But guys, we are going to get off here, and she's wanting to run that soup up to him at the gym, and she promised him she'd take him some, and he's waiting on it. His lunch will be coming up pretty soon. But I will be back on. She'll be back on with me sooner or later. Sarah, I've got $2 to my name in my Cash App or my CA. I gotta quit. So I gotta quit saying it all. And that's all we have is the $2. We haven't received any help. We've had people say they was going to help and tell me they've sent something, and they haven't. We've had people get and I'm sure some of them are just doing it to report it, but you never know. Some people ask and they want to help, and they just need to know the information. So you don't know who not to give information to or who to give it to. So, like I said, as of right now, we got $2. So we're at least $68 away from keeping the room another day. There is no Christmas here. Let's just be upfront honest. There's no Christmas between me and Angela here. We're just trying to keep the room. And there's the bots again, if y'all want to mute them guys. So it's just... And if I could have got an apartment, we'd already be in an apartment. We wouldn't be living in a hotel. But we are working towards that. We're working towards that. Brooke, I agree with you. I agreed with you the last couple of times you said that. And like I said a while ago, things have been changing. We're just at a point to where we haven't got everything to where if something happens unexpected, we can't get past it. And this week was a little unexpected. Don't say on here. It'd be probably next week, Kim. But got to get off here right now. I was seeing some questions there. If y'all want to jump back on when I jump back on, what happened there? Sorry about that, Sharon. We'll definitely keep your daughter in our thoughts and prayers. I've got to reach out at some point to one of my best friends. Her mama just passed away. Death has been all over the place this year. One of my best friends' mama just passed. Then you just... Yeah, there's no advancements on paychecks. Because if I do an early paycheck on one thing, then where am I at the next time? I'm right back in the situation. So it's just got to get past this to get to the next step. If the step happens here, then I'm in this situation next week, sitting here doing the same thing. Hate that, Renee. But I'm getting off here because we got to go up the road, give him that soup. Renee, Sharon, we'll definitely keep y'all in our thoughts and prayers. It's never easy to lose somebody, especially when you lose them around this time of year. Jesse, I agree with you. All right, guys, we're getting off here. Be back in a little while. See y'all then.
We have